the number of the student here divided by 2. How much it will come? 3.5. And this is acceptable? So 3.5. This means that 3 person and half, so half person. This is not acceptable. So actually, the discrete numbers, this is something that you can define. Like number of people who are here. Number of children in a family. The continuous numbers, it's easy. The distance, for example. The distance from here to the main building of the university. You can divide it. You can multiply it. You can do whatever you want, right? This is the different type of data in general. When you are using with R, when you are using with Python, with Visual Studio, with any type of programming, or even without programming, you need to deal with this numbers or this type of data. Okay? And when you start to work with your code, you need to understand, okay, what's the type of my data? Is it a real number? Can divide it? Can get average? Can work with it? Or it's continuous number? Is it continuous number or discrete number? The text that I am reading, I can sort it, I can get some information out of it, or it's just normal text, I couldn't get a big information out of it. Now we will go to the variables. What's a variable? It's very simple, very, very simple. It's a space in your hard drive, in your computer. You make it in order to save data. So if your computer, for example, your hard drive is like this, you just block a small piece, and this small piece is dedicated for this type of data. And then you block another type of piece, for this type of data. And so this is all right. Easy? Not easy. Why? What's the problem with this?
Can you just define it again?
Again, okay. Now we understand that we have different type of data. We have numbers, we have strings, we have different type of numbers, we have different type of strings. And when you are working with data, it will not be one string, it will not be one number. Maybe you are dealing with data, with Excel sheet, for example, that include several data. Good? So for example, the distance from here to the main campus, the distance from Tromsø to Oslo, or the distance between Oslo and Helsinki. So 3 type of data.
It can be tricky to work with.
Exactly. So you need. So now we are working not with this different type of data. We just work with here. Okay. Here, according to this structure, we have 3 type of data. One of them is the distance from building to another building in Tromsø. Building to building. Okay? And then from Tromsø to Oslo, or from Tromsø to Trondheim. So from city to city. This is completely different type of data. It's the same, it's number, it's by kilometer or by meter, right? But it's different. And then from Oslo to Helsinki, from Oslo to Berlin, so from capital to capital. Capital to capital. It's again different type of data. And now you would like to write a code or program, or you would like to start to do some statistic work. So you need to work with this data, right? So you need to tell the program or to the computer that, okay, I now have 3 type of data, and I will start to work with this type of data, multiply them, divide them, do whatever I want, right? So you say, okay, I need to create 3 boxes. These boxes we will call it A, B, and C. A will be for the building to building. The B will be from city to city. The C will be from capital to capital. And then when we start to work with the program, we will say, okay, give me the average of the A. Multiply A with B. Do whatever you want with C. Right? Okay. This is the part. Easy?
Can I have a quick question about this?
Yeah, please.
So we need to divide up the data according to common properties.
Yes.
Okay. So this is just about grouping.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you. It means that I understand it.
And this is why when I asked you last workshop, open your data, the data that you will work during this semester or this course, the data that you download, and look at the different column and come with idea. What is the data in this column?
So we had to describe it according to their common properties.
Exactly. You need to say this is string. Okay, or no, this is number continuous or number discrete. Because according to this description, you need to assign the different variables.
These are all ordinal.
Ordinal, yeah. This ordinal is a string, but it can be classified. It can be sorted out, like small, big, medium, like short and long. So it has meaning. You can make it like the short at the beginning and then the long is at the bottom. Okay. Any questions so far? And according to what will go here, we will have different variable in programming in general. Okay, maybe I can skip this and I just go direct to, or maybe I can just save it. Okay. So now we can go to the different variable. I can just bring this back. So now you understand the concept behind this, right? Good, so you don't need to write, everything is in the lecture. So this is the main objective of the lecture, to define the different type and the different Python variable. And this is the diagram. We have qualitative, quantitative, and then we have the ordinal, which is can be graded or can be ordered. We have nominal, which we can order it like countries or nationality. We have numbers. The numbers can be continuous or discrete. Continuous, this means that you can divide it. Discrete, you can't do that. And this is the meaning of variables. The variables is just a name to reserve a memory location that you will use to store data. And based on the data type, the variable will be different, as we will see in one minute. For example, the numbers, just to tell you how this is still complicated. So the numbers, this one, No, this one. This continuous number. It can be integer. It can be long. It can be float, and it can be complex. So within each type of this, you can find different type underneath. Integer, for example, this is number that has no decimal, and it can be positive and negative. So number positive or negative, and has without decimal, so without comma. The long one, it's only positive numbers, and it's really long, and again without decimal. So the difference between this one and this one, this is positive and long. Float number is a number with decimal. So if you say, for example, 5.6, this is float. Do you know what's the complex number? The complex number? The complex number is a number in mathematics is, for example, 3 plus 2i, and I mean, I don't know what this is called in English, but minus 1. Root,
Square
yeah,
root.
square root of minus 1. Of course, square root of minus 1, it will not work. So it's complex number.
Are exponential numbers also defined as complex or not? Or just long?
Just long.
No, okay.
The complex is just with this
Just with the
square root.
Okay.
Square root minus 1.
What about the e?
It's long.
That's also long.
It's
Okay.
long. And you don't need to know exactly is it long or not long. I will tell you why in 1 minute. Okay? In Python, it's very easy, very simple. It's different than different other language. In other language, you need to define the variable. Python is intelligent enough that it knows the variable once you write it. Okay? So now I will give you some examples. I hope that today, once you return back to home, you start to play around. You just download the Anaconda, download Spider, and then just play. And this is the user interface for Spider. This is this one. Once you download the Spider, you have this one. You have here, this is the text file. This is the code. If you remember when I asked you to do this data management plan, I told you where you will save your code. And you will write the code here, and you will save this one. Save it in your computer on cloud base or as well. And you can add comment, for example, this code is for the big data